Monica. Welcome back to my channel, Suds and Bees. In today's video, we will be making the Texas flag soap. In my last video, we made Lone Star, which is a dog paw shaped soap with the inspiration of the Texas flag. So the hubby's friend reached out to me asking if I could make a regular flag soap for him. So I decided to create a video for it. So the blue is colored with Blue Number 1 by The Balm. The red is Stained Glass Red Santa by Crafter's Choice. And the white is Coconut Milk, as well as the star. And it's scented with Blue Bonnet at 2%, just like this one. So come on, let's go make it. So for making the Texas flag, I like to use my go-to mold because it's a wider mold, and because you need like a rectangle to make the Texas flag, this mold is perfect for that design. I usually put a separator that I've created with some cardboard and I taped it with packing tape. So I put that on to the mold and separate out 1/3 of the mold, which would be the blue side. So this is an option that you can take if you're only going to make 4 soaps. So if you just want to test it out, I do recommend just using the 595 gram mold. But because I will be making 8 bars, I'm going to be using 2 molds. So instead of going this route, what I will be doing today is I will be putting my stars on each side and then filling it up with all blue. Once that's done, I'm going to unmold it and cut it accordingly to what the size of the blue should be. But normally I just use this option. But for today, we're going to go the easier option. And I have previously created my stars. This is from a column mold. The column mold holds 140 grams of melt and pour. I don't recommend scenting these because you're not going to use the whole star. You're only going to use 27 grams per flag, per mold. So just don't scent these. So these are my coconut milk melt and pour. So to make 2 loaves, each loaf is 595 grams minus the 54 grams. So I have melted here 541 grams. Okay, so we are at 154. So I'm going to add my blue. I've added 11 drops of Blue Number 1 by The Balm. I wanted it a little bluer than the paw because I felt like the paw was not blue enough. Okay, so we are at 148, so it's safe for me to add my fragrance oil. And I will be adding 2% of Blue Bonnet, which equals to 10.8 grams. So what I can do now is I can pour 1/3 of it so I can lay the stars down later. But let me just make sure. Oops, wrong side. Make sure you do the right side, y'all. Okay. Okay, so you want to put your stars so you get an idea where the middle of your star is going to be. Once you do that, you want to mark where the bottom of your star is, so you know not to pour past that. And those are just little pointers that help you out. I've made so many mistakes making this stuff, so you live and learn, right? It smells really nice. I wish I could add more fragrance, make it a little stronger, but the vendor says no more than 2%. Okay. Where's my alcohol? go. So we let that sit until it's strong enough skin where we can sit our stars down and they won't sink or melt. So I'm gonna put the stars in. I started to put the stars and I forgot I needed to turn the camera on. You're gonna make sure that you spray your whole star. I put it in first because sometimes they get too slippery and I can't grab them. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. It's still too soft. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I've cut the blue part and put it on each mold. You can see there's the star on there. So now I've melted 227 grams of clear melt and pour, and I will be adding the stained glass Santa red. Okay, so I've added my red and I added 2% of the Bluebonnet fragrance oil. We're still pretty hot, so I'm going to wait until it cools down to about 130. Okay, meanwhile that is cooling down, I'm going to go ahead and scratch this. Okay, I think we are 128, it's more than ready. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let it set and then we'll pour in the white. It's been about an hour. The red is still a little bit, the red has not set all the way, but it's set enough where we can pour the white. So here I have melted some coconut milk, melt and pour, and I've added 2% of the Bluebonnet. So the Bluebonnet fragrance oil is a little bit yellow, so I will be adding some white cotton. I think it's called white cotton. Yeah, we'll be adding some white cotton mica just to keep it, you know, pure white. Okay, so we are now 113, which is very cool. I was watching some videos, so I lost track of time. So I'm going to go ahead and spray. Use my spoon so it doesn't drop too hard. Hopefully you won't bleed through. This red tends to bleed sometimes. You know, just in case it bleeds, this is what I did with the paws. Yeah, see, it was bleeding. I can see it. I did just purchase the new red that supposedly doesn't bleed, so. Okay, so I'm gonna let this set overnight and I'll come back tomorrow and cut it. Okay, so we've molded the soap. Some of the cracks here and there that we can fix that once the soap is cut. We can get a hot gun and just melt it in. And there you have it. We just made some Texas flag soap, scented with Bluebonnet. Thank you for watching. See you next time.